Hello everyone, welcome to dedoc and a heartfelt welcome to Doc Day. It's the week right after ATTD, a conference all about advanced technologies and treatments in diabetes, and I think it's fair to say that everyone who attended this conference is still recovering, catching up on sleep, sorting all their notes and their impressions, and that's why we thought that this would be the perfect moment to connect with the world of diabetes in a different way, focusing on the individual person with diabetes, on diabetes advocates, and on the community. That's really what today is all about. My name is Haack. I'm part of the dedoc team, and it is my great honor to host today's Doc Day. And if you don't know what dedoc is, we're a group, a community of people with diabetes and diabetes advocates that was started more than 10 years ago by Bastian Haack here in Berlin, Germany. But since then, we've become a really global, international group and community. And the same goes for Doc Day as well. This started in 2015 in a small cafe in Stockholm, close to the EASD conference. I'm saying close because back then, people with diabetes weren't welcome at conferences like this. That has changed. So in the years after that, we were able to meet at those conferences. However, we were in rather small back rooms, sitting in circles, so just diabetes advocates connecting and exchanging their advocacy stories, sharing their work. That was amazing, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled to have been at many of those Doc Day events, but really since we were forced to go online and completely rework the format of this event, I believe that Doc Day has become what it really was always meant to be. Doc Day is a platform for others to stand on, and by going online, we were able to give this platform to people from all across the globe, and I think that is just fantastic. Today, you can look forward to people with diabetes or touched by diabetes from all across the world, and I mean, here in Germany, where we're streaming live from, it's the early evening, so that as usual, means that in Australia, it's the middle of the night. And yet, we have amazing Australian advocates joining us, so thank you for that. But we also have advocates from other countries like Ukraine, Syria, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Bosnia, Northern Ireland, Sweden, Switzerland, the US, and South Africa. So our goal is always to make you feel seen and validated. So if you have a moment while watching this show, basically, this event, and you feel understood or inspired, then we'll have done our jobs right. So please don't just sit and watch. Do go online, join the conversation, tag us in everything you're doing, use the hashtags dedoc and docday, and just be part of it. Before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to our beloved dedoc voices. We will hear from a few of them today, actually, but we also want to thank them for their incredible work covering ATTD last week. The dedoc Voices program is something that's really close to our hearts. We've been working on this for a couple of years, and it is amazing because it brings people with diabetes to diabetes conferences. That shouldn't be a big deal, but it really, really is. And with this scholarship program, we are able to cover their cost for travel, accommodation, and registration. And the goal of all this is to make diabetes conferences more accessible to people with diabetes. Again, big deal, but also to make sure that the voice of people with diabetes is loud and clear and that it is heard at these conferences. We believe that we belong there. And the amazing thing about this program is that those advocates, they don't just attend, they take this back to their community, they pay it forward, as we say, and that is where change truly happens. And that's exactly what we saw last week, and that is exactly what we will continue to see throughout this year because we have much more planned. We want to say thank you to our partners who enable us to do all this. As you can imagine, none of all that is free. So we thank all the partners for this year's ATTD dedoc Voices program. So thank you to Lilly, Medtronic, Sanofi, Dexcom, and Diabeloop. Thank you. And of course, thanks to Tadej Battelino and Moshe Philippe at ATTD for welcoming us with 50 dedoc voices last week, attending either virtually or on-site in Barcelona. And not only that, they actually included us in the program. So we had our own symposium at ATTD, which was a huge success. Don't worry if you missed it, it's all online, you can still watch it. So that'll be great if you do. This was actually the first time in a while that we were able to meet, at least a couple of us, meet in person, hug. Oh, we've missed hugging, we've missed talking, we've missed connecting on a really personal level. But we have also learned more than ever to harness the power of the online world. So we have decided that Doc Day, this event format that you're part of today, will remain online, virtual, because it really is global now. So Doc Day is a platform for others to stand on, and that's exactly what it is now. There will be more Doc Days throughout this year. So we are planning one for EASD and ISPAD. We are also planning one for World Diabetes Day. Please join us for that. On top of that, there will be more symposia, projects. If you want to partner with us, please reach out. We're already starting to work on that. And now one more thing before we get started, because I know that you're not here to listen to me, but to listen to these amazing advocates that I've mentioned. We do want you to stay on after Doc Day. So don't just shut your computer and go to bed. Please don't. Stay with us, because we're hosting Doc Night right after. This will be kind of a virtual after party where we can hang out in a virtual room, have virtual drinks. I know it sounds really cheesy, but it's actually amazing and so much fun. So please join us for that as well. Now that we're getting ready to hear from diabetes advocates across the globe, I do want to say that some of these topics are really fun and celebratory. Some are a bit harder to stomach. For us, it's really important to include the highs and the lows in life with diabetes and in life in general. So the first topic we're talking about today is Ukraine. You all know the war in Ukraine has been raging for 70 days. And really, it started way earlier than that. We don't know when this war will end, but we do know that people with diabetes need support. And that is why the Spare Rose campaign is really important to dedoc. We are part of this campaign, and it has been focusing significantly on Ukraine since March. And we want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's contributed so far. So we have received $180,000 in community donations, and on top of that, we've received $105,000 in industry donations. So thank you so much to everyone who's contributed to this. Please keep donating. It's sparerose.org. Please keep helping.